Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. This edition of The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit PictureThisPhotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance makes you laugh and cry at the same time? Whatever gift for Grandma's recipes or just because, those smiles and tears will just melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw, Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809 or visit PictureThisPhotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show on our 30 podcast platforms and The Mike Wagner Show on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas for your loved ones, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show or TheMikeWagnerShow.com for great t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, makes great gifts 24/7, 365 for your loved ones. And also, check out the Me and Molson Zia store on Amazon for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also cool merchandise, t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, you name it, he's got Amazon.com/Me and Molson Zia store. And make sure you order today. And don't forget, whoops, flying off the shelves here, folks, by the way. So that's how hot these products are, folks. And don't forget to donate to the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM /support, as well as PayPal at the Mike Wagner Show or Mike Wagner Voiceover, and donate generously at themikewagnershow.com. And make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's the Muffin Man from Akron, Ohio. He founded the company, formerly Main Street Muffins, back in 1987 with his partner, Harvey Nelson. He's a two-time winner of the USBA, which is the United Small Business Administration in Small Business of the Year. And he's also twice listed in the Inc. 500 list for fastest growing company. And is also co-founder of the Akron Marathon charitable corporation, and also been involved in numerous organizations. And he's got a book out which tells a story about how he and his business partner developed a very tasty treat called the Muffin Man Chronicles, and also gives tips and advice and more. So if you ever hear the song, Do You Know the Muffin Man? Well, you've got the Muffin Man right here. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Akron, Ohio, the Muffin Man himself and the author of the Muffin Man Chronicles, Steve Mark. Steve, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks, Mike. It's great to be here, and I look forward to talking to you today.
Well, it's great to have you on board too. I mean, you got those tasty muffins, and when I read about that, you having like Main Street Muffins, and you also have your book called The Muffin Man. I'm so hungry for your muffins right now. So, well, I'm sure we're going to talk about that later as well too. But most importantly, you're the author of the Muffin Man Chronicles. You founded the company back in 1987, formerly Main Street Muffins, with your partner Harvey Nelson, two-time winner of the USBA award in United Small Business Administration, and also two times listed in Inc. 500 fastest growing, and also involved in numerous charities as well too, and co-founder of the Akron Marathon charitable corporation. And your latest book just tells it how it came about. And before we get on that, Steve, tell us how I first got started.
Over the past 40 years, I would frequently chronicle, if you will, or journal about things that occurred in my life, my business life, and sort of the mindset I had at a particular moment in time, some of the lessons learned. And when I retired in 2019, I had this collection of materials sitting on my desk.
Wow. And
I just said, I need to do something with it. And I filled in the gaps, and I put a book together. And it was, it was a very cathartic kind of thing. I learned a lot about the process. I learned a lot about myself and putting this book together, and things I didn't even realize that sort of came about by putting this in a book.
Mm-hmm. And how did you first get started with muffins in the first place?
It's an interesting story. I was a CPA in 1986 when my father invited me to go to one of those sheriff's real estate auctions where they...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They auction off property for people that didn't pay the real estate taxes. And a lot of times you can buy a property for like $10, and
my goodness.
It wouldn't be a bargain, though, in some cases, because you could be buying land that has EPA issues, or you could be buying land that is landlocked, or just no possible use. So it's just really a waste of money unless you know what you're doing. I didn't know what I was doing, but a property came up for bid at 214 South Main Street, and I worked at 50 South Main Street, so I had a decent idea where it was, but I didn't know what it was. And I got in a bidding war with the guy, and I ultimately bought the property for $5,000, not knowing where it was. And my father figured I just learned a very valuable lesson about planning and money management because I didn't have $5,000.
We'll give you some muffins, though.
Right. I remember running down Main Street to sort of see where my net worth was located. And to my astonishment, my $5,000 had purchased a 5-story building in the heart of downtown Akron.
Ooh.
At the same time, the city of Akron was offering low-interest loans and incentives to develop property in Akron, but you had to have a retail store.
Mm.
So a friend of mine, close friend of mine, Harvey Nelson, we decided to put a muffin store in there. And on our first day, we had 2,000 people come through our door. And we really didn't know what we were doing, but we figured it out as we went. And the business ultimately became very successful.
Huh, that's rather interesting. And it was called Main Street Muffins. And what are some more common and most popular flavors you had when it came to muffins?
Well, not too surprising. Blueberry was the number one flavor. Interestingly, our R&D efforts, when we were renovating the building, we had a construction crew that would be working in the building, and we would bring down muffins every day to let them try. And that was our first R&D lab. They would, tell us this isn't very good. This is great. You need to do this to this. This needs to be a little sweeter, or whatever, more fruit. And that became sort of a cornerstone of our advancement in developing products.
Mm-hmm. And of course, besides the blueberry and everything else, what are some of the other flavors that you offered? And how about some of the more interesting combinations, or even exotic, or something that's never ever been heard of, like say raspberry chocolate, or say strawberry banana, or maybe like mango passion or something like that, or even like bacon or something. So what are some of the other flavors that you offered as well?
Oh, we did a lot of, we weren't bakers. We weren't classically trained. So a lot of the things we did is because we didn't know better. We had, things like orange poppy seed muffin, raspberry apple, and peanut butter and jelly. And we also came out with lunch muffins.
Oh, wow.
That had, broccoli and cheese, spinach and cheese. We had a pizza muffin. Really, we had a blank canvas, and we could pretty much put anything we wanted together. And based on the popularity, it decided whether it would stay or not.
Huh, that's really interesting. And what was the secret ingredient, or what was special about those muffins that separated you guys from the rest?
Well, if I told you the secret ingredient, that wouldn't be something that would be sustainable for us. But, I wouldn't say there was a secret, but a lot of the things we did were classic. It was a classic paradigm because we didn't know the classic way to do things. So we, did things sort of out of the ordinaries. In the beginning, we used the wrong type of mixer. We used the wrong type of flour, and so we had, like I say, we had a blank canvas and could do a lot of things that maybe traditional people wouldn't have done because they knew sort of the rules of the game. We just didn't know, the rules, and we could do all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we'll talk more about the story about how your partner developed the tasty treat and grew to a multi-million-dollar business, offer tips and tips of trade as well in the book Muffin Man Chronicles. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books. Remembering is a key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift for memories that makes you laugh and cry at the same time? What if a gift for Grandma's recipes, or just because those smiles and tears will melt your heart, including muffins? Call Karen Shaw, Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809, or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show on over 30 podcast platforms and themikewagnershow.com. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today for great gift ideas. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show or the MikeWagnerShow.com. And for more great gift ideas, including great books by Mia Molson-Zia, like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles, as well as t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and great merchandise, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mia Molson-Zia store today. And don't forget to support us on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and also the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you donate generously today. We're here with the author of the book, The Muffin Man Chronicles, with the Muffin Man himself, Steve Marks, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And this book tells the story about how you and your business partner developed a tasty treat. And first of all, how'd you guys first meet?
We met in nursery school, actually. Our parents were best friends growing up, and our grandfathers were best friends growing up. So it was pretty natural for me to see him and know him and go into business with him ultimately.
Mm-hmm. And of course, too, it also takes you through the steps as well, too, and also guides in the process as well, too. So you talked about how you got started just getting a billing for $5,000 and, from to its sale and also repeat sales as well, too. And, besides having those 2,000 people come in the first day, repeat sales and everything else, just walk us through a process when it comes to it being the book, The Muffin Man Chronicles.
Well, the business really started to take off when about 6 months after our opening, we had a restaurant owner come to our store and wanted to buy our muffin batter and take it back to his restaurant. And we really didn't understand the opportunity. We really looked at it more as a threat. And we said to the guy, we decided to go forward, but we were reluctant about it. We said, you come here at 5 o'clock when we close, you bring your own buckets and you bring a check. And if we're in a good mood, we'll sell you some muffin batter. And, astonishingly, he showed up with his bucket and his check, and we were filled his bucket. And he came back the next day and he wanted a different variety, and the next day and the next day. And, eventually a light bulb went on and we realized that this was an opportunity. And that's when we got into the wholesale part of the game. And that's really our defining moment. Our business took off because we could then have a pretty wide region to go after the customers. Our product was what we coined defrost, scoop out, and bake muffin batter. The end user just had to thaw the product, scoop it into pans, and bake it without the labor-intensive process of making it from scratch.
Mm-hmm. And also when it comes to your store as well too, and how many stores did you expand into? After the 6 months, you gave the guy like a restaurant. Here's the batter and all that. And how many stores did you expand to? And also, how many other things did you expand into? And what are some of the other expansions?
Well, we eventually got a distributor to carry our product, and so that opened up more doors as well. We could sell to all those people and the distributors. About another year passed, and we got a call from a local franchisee, McDonald's, wanted to buy our batter, bake it in their biscuit oven, and test market a fresh baked muffin concept. That proved very successful. And eventually all the McDonald's in our Summit County here in Akron started selling the Main Street Muffins product. That then expanded to Northeastern Ohio, then it expanded to Ohio, and then eventually we had 1,500 McDonald's stores selling our product. That launched our business. It allowed us to get into a new facility. It taught us a lot of new things that we didn't know how to do with the McDonald's system and just the way they operated. It was a great educational process working with McDonald's throughout that whole timeline.
Now, was this in the Akron area or in the Northeast Ohio area, or what other areas did you expand into?
But it started all of Ohio, then it became Pennsylvania, became the Midwest. We got into Michigan, we got into Missouri, we got into Kentucky. It was pretty much the Midwest and parts of the mid area, the Missouri area, but it's 1,500 locations in total.
Wow, that is amazing. Just hungry for somebody, I tell you that. Just very hungry. And what are some of the obstacles that you encountered as well, too? And what are some of your biggest challenges that you faced, but you managed to conquer?
There were many challenges. It was always 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. We had capacity issues. We ended up building our own plant in 1994. So there was was a lot of learning curve to be able to do that. We eventually pivoted into cookies and then brownies. And we started to set up a network of distributors. That wasn't easy. We were going against a little company called Pillsbury in the process. They had a very formidable sales network and a formidable company in general. So there were a lot of different pivots and a lot of decisions to be made along the way to combat all that competition. And then, just trying to grow a business and the constraints that you have on it. We ended up selling to private equity only about 7-8 years after we started. That was another learning process. We ultimately bought the business back in 2004. So that was, again, a great education in how to deal with private equity and the pitfalls and opportunities with that.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the tips and also tricks as well, too, that can offer to people if they want to start a business like yours? It doesn't have to be muffins. It can be just about anything.
Well, in the book, I talk about the kinds of things that I think are necessary for an entrepreneur to have. It's not for everybody. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Everybody should not be an entrepreneur. It's unless you're willing to, take home your work with you and think about it all the time. I wouldn't say it's something probably for you. You better be a good problem solver. I talk about that in my book about how problem.
Well, I think we lost Steve there for just a minute. So, all right, Steve, you may want to continue here. So I think we lost Steve for just a minute here. Oh, okay.
I talk in the book about problem solving and how if problems don't go away, there's always, I always thought that at some point, the problems would be diminished, but as you grow, there's just different problems, and you better have a system in place to be able to solve problems. I talk about pivoting and how you're going to get roadblocks after roadblocks, and you better understand the concept of pivoting. You better be a good pivoter, and you better know how to, when to do it, kind of thing. So there's also, I think, entrepreneurs need to have a sort of persistent and determined mindset, because you're going to fail a lot, and it's what you do after you fail that really counts. When I wrote the book, when I went through it, I was surprised how many times we almost went out of business.
Wow.
Yeah. So and maybe we weren't that close. It sure felt that way when I remember it. But so it's like I say, it's not for everybody. It's always the thing I wanted to do when I was growing up. I always wanted to have my own business. It was my burning desire. And I was just waiting for that opportunity when it showed up in the form of an auction in 1986.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I can still taste your muffins right now as we speak, and it's just very tasty. That was an amazing story you had. And where can we find the Muffin Man Chronicles at?
We're available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's wherever. You just search for it, you'll find it. It's in many places.
Okay, that sounds very good. And Steve was also involved in a number of charities as well, too. And what's coming up for Steve Marks, the Muffin Man? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Also brought to you by Picture This Photo Books. Remembering is a key ingredient. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. We'll be back with the Muffin Man Steve Marks and his book, The Muffin Man Chronicles, after this time out. This edition of the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and and get 10% off your first order. Picture this photo books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
That's okay, I'm not looking to rain.
We're back with the author of Muffin Man Chronicle, Steve Marks, best known as the Muffin Man here on the Mike Wagner Show. A really good story about how he got started with his muffin business and how he succeeded, and many trials and tribulations and how he overcame. And I mean, just an amazing story about how he got started. And you also got involved in some charities as well, too, like the Akron Marathon charitable corporation, involved in numerous organizations. He also won some awards. And tell us about some of your other accomplishments aside from your business.
The Akron Marathon was sort of a quirky way that evolved, but my wife and I had always run in marathons, and Akron didn't have a marathon, and we were kind of sort of dismayed by that. And we went into the city and talked to the mayor. So why doesn't Akron have a world-class marathon? I mean, we have a great city. And I walked out of that meeting in charge of a marathon with not really knowing what was involved and so forth. But at the same time, my family had put together a foundation, and we decided to put the resources of that foundation to start the Akron Marathon. We started in 2003 with 3,000 people in the first race. This last few years, we average around 20,000 people throughout the three races we have. So it's Akron's largest participatory sporting event, and we raise a lot of money for charities, and it's a big economic benefit to the community as well. So we're very proud of our accomplishments. It's been rated as one of the top 50 marathons in the United States.
Wow.
And it's the largest marathon relay in the United States currently.
Oh, that's interesting. And you say you and your wife running marathons. What was your best finish, would you say?
I did 3:31 in a marathon many years ago. I'm pretty sure it's close to that time, but it's many years ago.
I'm sure everybody would be proud, including those in the Boston Marathon. I'm sure of that too. So, and where can we find more information about your charitable work and many more, including the Akron Marathon Charitable Corporation?
AkronMarathon.org. We just finished our race a couple weeks ago, and so we're already planning for next year.
That is so amazing. We're here with author Steve Marks of the Muffin Man Chronicles on the Mike Wagner Show. And Steve, just a few more things. What can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
I'm working on the book. So it's a real educational process going through that and learning, meeting great people like you and just getting the word out and understanding the promotion and marketing of a book and how it sells and how it doesn't sell and those kind of things. So that's probably going to be my focus. I'm on several boards that I have investments in, mostly in the food side. So that keeps me pretty busy. No shortage of things to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's very important as well, too. And there's never a shortage of muffins, I'll tell you that. So,
That's so bad. And
who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
I've had a lot of mentors. I would say, I talk about it in the book a little bit. We put a slate of board of advisors together early on in our careers. And those people have been mentors and advisors. And, I borrowed a little bit of each one of their personalities, I think, to sort of mold how I operate. And it's been a great process for me.
It sounds like a great process. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Well, if you wanted to get into business, I would say really know yourself. Know if this is something for you. A lot of people go into entrepreneurship because they may have to because they lost their job or just to be able to survive. But the true entrepreneur, I think, is somebody that sort of has a life force, has sort of a little bit of arrogance to them. Is determined, is a great problem solver, takes risk, but it's not for everybody. So you should be sure that this is what you want to do. I think is what I would tell people.
And that's very good advice as well, too, for those that want to get into a business. Once again, we're with author Steve Marks, best known as the Muffin Man, with his book, The Muffin Man Chronicles, and the Mike Wagner Show. Steve, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Just keep us up to date, keep in touch, and looking forward to having you on again very soon. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your book?
You can go to muffinmanchronicles.com or you can go to Amazon and search the Muffin Man Chronicles. But pretty much everything emanates from muffinmanchronicles.com.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Steve, a very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date and love to be back on in 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific, and we definitely wish you all the best.
Thanks, Mike. Great to be here.
Picture this photo books, where remembering is the key ingredient. Preserving memories, keeping the memories of your loved ones alive as they reach in and touch your heart. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whether it's a gift of past holidays, grandma's recipes, long ago moments, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809. Once again, that's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturethisphotobooks.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business has the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.